Well, we are in week 14 of the semester, right on the tail end of the semester. So thanks everyone for continuing to keep up with videos and doing the work for the class. We're getting close to the final exam. Final exam will be on Monday of finals week. And in week 14, what I am doing is really trying to take the approach that to understand endurance performance, we need all different areas of exercise science and even outside of exercise science. We can't just understand endurance performance based upon our understanding of physiology or our understanding of biomechanics or our understanding of motor control or our understanding of whatever discipline or subdiscipline you want to put in that sentence. We really need to have an understanding of the big picture of kinesiology. And so in this week, in this module, I'm trying to emphasize that point, or I am going to emphasize that point, by having you watch 3 videos with colleagues that I have. The first one is Dr. Stacy Sims. She is an expert in female physiology and endurance performance. And this is a wonderful resource because interestingly, our research has a big gap in that we don't have as well of an understanding of how females respond to different exercise interventions. And there's a gap in the research. And she really is one that advocates to fill that gap and also speaks to the research that is specific about the female athlete. And so this is a really great presentation or great interview and discussion with her. The next one I have mental skills with Dr. Brad Donahue. And, you know, having some understanding of how the brain influences everything else is so critical. And what we think about influences so much of our endurance performance. There's even some recent research out there that the influence of a training program is largely determined by the athlete's belief that the training program is going to work. That's psychology. That's the brain influencing a training response. And so it's really important to understand how the brain operates and what our thoughts can either how our thoughts can enhance or play a negative role in our endurance performance. And Dr. Brad Donahue is here at UNLV, and he is an expert in this area. And so really great talk with him. And the last one I have here is it seems out of out of context of this class, but it's really not. It's about relationships, and this is with Dr. Kat Hertland here at UNLV as well, and she's an expert in relationships. And what we know is in endurance training, the athlete often gets all consumed, and relationships can start to fail because athletes start to take on these endurance challenges. And having a good relationship is so important to the success of an athlete, and really age group athletes and professional athletes as well. You know, something I say in many of our discussions on triathlon is an individual sport, but we never do it alone. We need support. We have a support group. We have a support community. And it really is important to recognize the importance of relationships, friends, family, what have you, spouses, whatever, kids, whatever the relationship is. It's important to recognize that relationships do influence our endurance performance and vice versa. And so she has a wonderful level of knowledge in this area. And Ted Jard and I had a really great time talking with her. So these are really, big picture discussions of endurance performance. Now, don't watch these with the idea that these are going to help you on your final exam. We're moving beyond that. All right. Remember, my philosophy is that we really need to understand all aspects of kinesiology to understand performance. This class is based on physiology, and that's going to be what the final exam will be focused on. But I want to hopefully leave you with the impression that there's lots of different areas to go into when you're trying to study and understand endurance performance. Okay, so, oh, and the other part that we're going to do this week is you're going to watch each other's presentations and you're going to evaluate each other's presentations. Now, those evaluations are going to stay with me. And in this video, watch this video first. I talk about that process of what you're going to do to evaluate someone else's presentation. And this is good for you to see the quality of work that your peers are doing. And hopefully you learn something from each of the presentations that you watch. And this part of the project is actually going to go between week 14 and week 15. Okay, that's it for this week. Thanks, everybody.